All right, so as I mentioned in my last video concerning this court case, today Jonathon Majors had his first court appearance, and it was done virtually. He didn't show up personally to court, but he did show up virtually. And let's see here. All right, so today's SWIFT status conference at the Manhattan Criminal Court building comes 6 weeks after Jonathon Majors was arrested. Appearing virtually for the hearing, Jonathon Majors saw the Manhattan District Attorney's Office make public a superseding complaint with a charge of third-degree assault. The Class A misdemeanor has a maximum possible sentence of 12 months behind bars or a 3-year probation term. Barely visible to the gallery on screens facing away from the seats, Majors did not enter a plea to the new charge. In fact, dressed in a beige shirt and against a pale off-white background on screen, Majors had little to say Tuesday beyond "yes, ma'am" to Judge Rachel S. Pauley. The next hearing in the matter has been set for June 13th. The judge told Majors he has to appear in person for that. "I'm required to inform you that, as you know, if you fail to appear in court on June 13th, a warrant can be issued for your arrest within 48 hours, and if you're brought back on the warrant, the next judge can revoke and even set bail. I obviously don't want that to happen." Additionally, Judge Pauley reminded the conference and Majors that he must abide by the order of protection, barring him from any contact with the woman in question. I don't think that should be a problem. Outside of court today, Majors' lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, was blistering in her assessment of the DA's case. "We have provided the district attorney with irrefutable evidence that the woman is lying, including video proof showing nothing happened, especially not where she claimed," the lawyer said. "We did this with the explicit promise from the DA that they would not fix their case and change it as we prove the woman is lying. This is a witch hunt against Jonathon Majors driven by baseless claims," Chaudhry went on to say, citing a glaring double standard in a statement to Deadline. "Instead of dismissing the allegations in the face of the woman's clear lies, the DA has adjusted the charges to match the woman's new lies. To be clear, there are no new charges against Mr. Majors." Without providing any details, she added, "Now we have obtained even more video evidence of his innocence, but we are hesitant to share it for fear the DA will tip the woman off to change her story again. The criminal justice system is saturated with explicit and implicit bias. When Mr. Majors showed a white police officer the injuries the woman caused him, the white officer got in Mr. Majors' face and taunted him, saying that if the officer would have slapped Mr. Majors, the officer wouldn't break his finger. None of the white officers present investigated the assault of Mr. Majors. Worse, the district attorney has not indicated any intention to pursue charges against the woman or even investigate the truth." So that's not sounding good at all. And actually, I do believe that there is some racial bias, not necessarily just within the NYPD, but I've mentioned this before in relation to Ezra Miller. That's great that that they're getting the help they need. However, why is it that Ezra is just getting therapy and Jonathon is facing jail time? Whereas this is a one incident. We do not know if it's truthful. Actually, based on what I'm hearing, it's not, that they have video evidence proving that what was claimed isn't true. And yet we have evidence that Ezra committed crimes. So why is one in the criminal justice system and the other not? So yeah, Yeah, I actually can agree with that. Um, let's see. Then it goes on to talk about all the places that have dropped him like a hot potato, except for Marvel. Marvel has not yet. So I will continue to follow the story until it's either completed or Marvel drops him finally. Which I hope that I just continue to do this until it's completed. Because if they have evidence of his innocence and that the woman is making shit up, then obviously I want that pursued. Um, let's see. What is on the public record is a complaint from the DA's office on Majors on March 25th, striking the woman about the face with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ear. In what the NYPD later called a domestic dispute, Majors allegedly forcefully took the woman's hand, causing swelling, bruising, and substantial pain to her finger, and supposedly put his hand on her neck. In the superseding information submitted today, the neck reference was gone, but the DA's paperwork now also said, I further observed the defendant grab my right arm. What a weird phrasing. Place it behind my body and use his hands to twist my right forearm and right middle finger, causing substantial pain to my right forearm and right middle finger. That sounds like someone else was writing it and then thought, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be speaking in first person. That's how that first part of that sentence went. It's just bizarre. Citing text messages and security camera footage from the end of March, Majors' lawyer, Chaudhry, has repeatedly reiterated her client's initial not guilty plea and insisted that he is the victim here, not the aggressor. It has been confirmed by law enforcement that it was Majors who called 911 the night of the incident. Late last month, Major's team agreed to a full temporary order of protection being granted for the woman in question from the March 25th incident. This is standard in cases such as this, and we consented because Mr. Majors wants nothing to do with the woman who assaulted him. Chaudhry told Deadline on April 27th. Like today, the lawyer has previously criticized the NYPD officers on the scene that night at Majors' apartment. Chaudhry claims the cops were coaching the alleged victim to accuse Mr. Majors of assault, even pantomiming what she should say. Whether that comes up in the motion the defense filed today to be discussed at next month's hearing remains to be seen. And let's see, when is the hearing supposed to be next? Where did I see it? I saw when the next hearing is supposed to be set. Good Lord. I am not seeing when. I know it's in June, middle of June, I think. But I am not finding when in June it's supposed to be. Did Deadline update this article and take that out? Here we are. The next hearing will be set on June 13th. So, oh yeah, I mentioned that when the judge told Majors he has to actually appear in court. So, hopefully we'll have good news then, because I'm assuming since he has to appear in court that this is when the real trial begins and we start seeing evidence. And yeah, it's not looking good on her end from what I can see if the story keeps changing. I mean, you would know what kind of damage was done to you. You would know whether your neck was hurt. if he, whether he hurt your neck or not. You're going to know these things. If it's that traumatic, you are going to remember this. So, yeah, not looking good for her. And like I said, that first sentence was just really worded oddly. Like someone started writing it and then realized that they're supposed to be writing in first person because they're supposed to be the victim. So again, not a good look. So unless I get any more information, if something happens before now and June 13th, I will most certainly let you guys know. And with that, I will see you in the next video.